Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Live Trading Room's daily Forex analysis. Today is Wednesday, February the 7th, and it's almost 11 a.m. Let's see how the Forex market is performing through the index grid of our best and worst dashboard. The yen is in first position with an astounding performance, gaining 4.64% on its currency basket. The yen is followed by the US dollar at by 1.17%, and the British pound is just above parity with a total gain of 0.15%. The euro is down by 0.21%, followed by the Canadian dollar losing 0.37%. The Swiss franc is down by 0.71%. The New Zealand dollar is losing 2.11%, and the Australian dollar marks a 2.60% to the downside. The power strength gives us the Australian dollar 100% short and the yen 100% long. We have high percentages on the US dollar and the New Zealand dollar also, respectively 85% long and 85% short. The best trades so far in the Forex market are Aussie yen losing 0.91% and New Zealand dollar yen losing 0.82%. Now let's go to the charts to analyze the majors. Aussie US dollar is moving in a bearish tendency just below target number 3 of the bearish zone of the target geometry at 0.7867. We have a confluent price action with a breakout of the previous lows on M15, H4 and the weekly. We have a percentage confluence up to the monthly level and a variation on a daily basis of 0.48%. The pair seems to be reaching for the previous daily low. We have an RSI below 50 up to the daily time frame, so with 100% short Australian dollar against an 85% long US dollar, we may have a continuation to the downside. The euro dollar is moving in a bearish tendency just below the entry level of the bearish zone of the target geometry at 123.58. We have a confluent price action with a breakout of the previous lows from M15 to H4. We have a bearish percentage confluence up to the monthly level and an intraday variation of 0.20%, with an RSI below 50 up to the H4 time frame and a 57% long euro against an 85% long US dollar. We may have a continuation of the bearish move. The cable is also moving in a slight bearish tendency after trying to attack the previous daily high. We have a confluent price action and we're just at the entry level of the bearish zone of the target geometry at 139.21. Now we have a breakout of the previous lows from M1 to H1 and on the weekly time frame. We have a bearish percentage confluence up to the monthly level and an intraday variation of 0.18%. The RSI is below 50 up to the H4 time frame. We have a confluent delta single volume, so with a 57% short British pound against an 85% long US dollar, we may have a continuation of the current move under 139.21. Kiwi US dollar is moving in a bearish tendency just below target number 1 of the bearish zone of the target geometry at 0.7316. Right now we have a bullish price action at an intraday level, but the pair is still losing 0.33% on a daily basis. With an 85% short New Zealand dollar against an 85% long US dollar, should the market remain below 0.7325, we may have a continuation to the downside toward the weekly opening at 0.7281. US dollar Canada is moving in a slight bullish tendency, just above target number 1 of the bullish zone of the target geometry, with a percentage gain on a daily basis of 0.19%. We'll also have a bullish percentage confluence up to the monthly level. Right now we have a bearish price action at an intraday level, but the RSI is above 50 on every time frame. Both currencies are strong on their respective currency baskets, so we can expect a limited daily range, although if the market remains above 125.01, we may have a moderate continuation to the upside. US dollar Swiss franc is moving in a bullish tendency just above target number 1 of the bullish zone of the target geometry at 0.9379. The pair seems to be reaching for the previous daily high with a confluent price action and a breakout of the previous highs from M5 to H4. We have a bullish percentage confluence up to the monthly level and an RSI above 50 up to the H4 time frame. The delta single volume is confluent and we have a 71% short Swiss franc. So should the market remain above 0.9371, we may have a continuation of the bullish impulse. Now let's close the analysis with US dollar yen, which after a false breakout of the previous daily high started to descend, and now we're just at the target number 2 level of the bearish zone of the target geometry at 109.09. The market is correcting up from the intraday low marked at 108.91. In fact, we have a bullish price action at a scalping and intraday level. We have a percentage confluence up to the yearly level and an RSI below 50 from M15 to the monthly. So should the market remain below the monthly opening at 109.18, we may have a continuation to the downside. That's all for today's analysis. Thank you for your attention. Good day and good trading from Live Trading Room Trading Community.